Welcome, Peter Middleton. Kindly introduce yourself.
My name's Peter Middleton. I'm headmaster of Oswestry School. Been headmaster here since January 2022, so I'm in my fourth year of headship here. Prior to that, I was deputy headmaster at Shrewsbury School in Shropshire.
Okay, fantastic. What are the unique selling points of Oswestry School?
Sure. I mean, you're aware of our history and our heritage. This school was founded in 1407. So it's one of the oldest schools in England. So it is grounded in a long history and a strong tradition. We have very traditional values. And probably most importantly of all, this is very much a family-centered school, a family-centered community. We're a relatively small school compared to some other big boarding schools. We have 500 pupils in our school. Uh, we like the size of the school in terms of it's not too big that you don't know the pupils and pupils fall through the cracks, but it's not too small that there's not enough opportunities and there's not enough people for variety. So for us, the size of the school creates some of the warmth of the environment. I love the fact that as a headmaster, I know the kids. I know them by name. I know a lot about them. I can teach.
Fantastic.
I teach English and drama, and I run the cross country club. So I like those connections with the pupils. Our location is one of the unique factors. We are on a beautiful campus on the Welsh border. So we have a lovely sort of rural location. It's a beautiful site. The facilities are excellent, but we're not in the middle of nowhere. We're a 5 minute
Mm.
walk away from the town of Oswestry. So our borders are connected to the local community. There's lovely cafes and shops and restaurants within walking distance. So they're not isolated in that respect. Um, but they're also not in a big city like a London or a Birmingham or a Manchester, which can be quite daunting. So we like the calmness and the safety and the security of being in a setting like this. I think probably the other thing I would point to was the strength of our pastoral care.
Excellent.
Um,
Nigerian
we
families would like to hear that.
Yeah, we were recently named as a finalist in the Independent Schools of the Year Awards for Best International Student Experience. And we're really proud of that because we work really hard to support our international borders. We have a really diverse international community of over 30 nationalities. And we want to ensure that when they are here, that they are able to thrive and flourish, that their potential is realized, that they have a support network around them
Mm.
um, when they're away from home, quite far away. So the role of the house parents, the tutor, the heads of section play a really key role in that circle around the child to help them thrive.
How many Nigerian students do you have, or have you had Nigerian students in the past? And what would you say to Nigerian families considering a place for their child, September 2025 or even beyond?
Yeah, we got a long tradition of Nigerian families at the school, so much so that we've actually got sort of second generation of Nigerian families and siblings and cousins. So I think we're a respected name with the Nigerian community. We're trusted, and we find that a lot of Nigerian families are looking for the sorts of things that we can provide. Often traditional values often the safety of a slightly smaller community. So year on year, we would normally have sort of between 5 and 12 Nigerian pupils probably at the school. Remember, of course, we're a smaller school. We have about 110 boarders, so that's actually a good
Very
proportion.
good number.
We work quite hard actually on having that diversity of different nationalities. So we don't have sort of one dominant nationality. I've got pockets of sort of six pupils from places like Montenegro or Mexico or Kenya, Germany, Spain, Hong Kong. So I think people quite like that sort of
Yes, the
international
diverse.
diversity.
Mm.
I think the Nigerian families really like the fact that there are other Nigerian pupils here.
Yes.
Um, and there's that sort of network, and they can connect culturally with one another.
Mm.
But I think they also like that it's a really diverse international community as well. So I'm very keen that we continue that relationship with Nigeria and agents such as yourself. Partly, if I can say, because my experience of Nigerian pupils is that they do really well here and they add value to the community. They tend to be very positive, good all-rounders. They work hard, they value education. They are often leaders. I have many of my prefects and heads of school are kind of Nigerian pupils because they are impressive individuals and role models.
Thank you. We're proud. In terms of you've just broached on the topic academic excellence and the various opportunities. What kind of programs, curriculums are offered at your school? And also, is there any form of scholarships that the Nigerian families can access?
Yes, no, absolutely. So we're quite a traditional sort of academic program in terms of the British education system. So our pupils work towards a GCSE program and A levels. Quite a few of our Nigerian families will actually come, from year 9 and above. So they'll come through the GCSE program and then on to A level. Um, quite a traditional portfolio of subjects. So your core subjects, maths, English, sciences, economics is very popular at A level, as is business studies, sports science, psychology is a very popular subject. Science is an area of excellence. I would say we have recently heard news that one of our pupils is off to Oxford University. So 3 years in a row, we've had pupils going on to study science at Oxford University, along with all the other Russell Group universities. Outside of the GCSE and A-level program, we have a sort of super curricular program to add to their academic portfolio. So in the sixth form, they would take the extended project qualification,
Okay.
which carries UCAS points to get into university. Most of our sixth form pupils will take Lambda exams, public speaking examinations. Again, universities really like that. It carries UCAS points. It helps grow confidence and skills and communication. And then we also run our own what we call futures program. So developing skills for the future, very much based on virtues that are aligned with the skill sets that employers tell us are the important skills for the future.
Well,
In terms of your question on scholarships, absolutely. We have a very broad range of scholarships. We run an academic scholarship program, sports scholarships, art, music, drama, design technology. So we would encourage families of talented Nigerian individuals to talk with us about our scholarship program. And we have had many in the past who have succeeded in gaining a scholarship in that way.
Fantastic. I know you've touched on it as well. So we're going to student development, like extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities. You've talked about music, you've talked about Lambda already. But so what other kinds of extracurricular, co-curricular activities, and is there a focus on sports? Because we have quite a lot of budding sportsmen and women from Nigeria.
I was going to say, and some very talented sporting individuals. I mean, yeah, why don't we start with sport? Because a lot of my international families, actually, one of the reasons they look here is because of our sporting reputation. Football, in particular, seems to be an attraction. Increasingly, actually, with girls as well. Actually, one of my top female footballers is a Nigerian girl. So she's an impressive individual. I have to look up to talk to her. She's about 6'2".
It's,
Um,
it's the
so
being from Nigeria.
we run a football academy at a sort of elite level for those that are looking to really develop the football to a higher level. So our program would look to provide competitive opportunities on a sort of school fixture circuit and also on a national cup level. So the football side of things very strong, but we run a really broad sporting program in terms of team sports that are popular, particularly amongst our Nigerian pupils. Basketball is very strong, very popular. Athletics, and tennis, and many of them actually will come and try new sports like netball or hockey. Many of them will want to try rugby or cricket, which are very sort of traditionally British sports, but they want to be involved in that. Um, and we sort of believe really that every pupil should have the opportunity to find an area that is a strength, or to find their forte.
Mm.
Um, that might not be team sports, it might be individual sports. I'm a passionate runner, so they can come and do cross-country running with myself, or they can do archery or fencing, or rifle shooting, or swimming. So it's a very broad program. We place value in the co-curricular program as much as the curricular program.
Yes.
I'm a big believer that the skills and experiences you develop outside of the classroom are just as important as what you learn inside the classroom.
Mm.
And what employers tell us is that actually in the modern age of AI and technological development, actually human skills like communication and problem solving and being analytical, creativity, these are actually really, really important things. So for us, that's why the performing arts really important. Our drama and our music and our dance is very strong. We've just announced the go ahead to a brand new performing arts centre, 2.4 million pounds, opening in September 2026. So we won't even have to wait very long for that to open up.
Fantastic.
And we will see that thrive. I think, Yemi, that when you were here at Oswestry, you and I even did a little dance
We did,
together.
we did a wonderful
So
dance. I've got
the next
pictures to
the
remind
next
me.
the next time you're in Oswestry, maybe we'll have to have a sort of a dance on the new stage.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. And it was such a beauty. Oswestry is so beautiful. I was happy to be in the town and the school, just amazing. And even the people. And I tried out the food. I went to the accommodation. It's just wonderful.